Okay champ, you and me need to have some words. You see, it's time for a reality check. We all need one once in a while, and it's been a long time since we've done one. The key message in this video is this: don't ever confuse the level of accessibility for the level of difficulty. Okay, let me say that again. Don't ever confuse the level of accessibility for the level of difficulty. So what do I mean by that? Well, trading's becoming super popular these days, and a lot of that is down to people realizing how easy it is to just get started. I'm constantly hearing people say things like, oh my god, I thought you needed X, Y, Z to be able to open an account with a broker. I thought trading was only for these types of people. I didn't realize how easy it was to open a Forex account and get started. But let me ask you something. Do you know how difficult it is to start a company? Like, just to create a company. Is it difficult? Well, at least in the UK, it's not difficult at all. I can literally go on Google now, find a company that will register the company for me with Companies House, pay something like £50, and within 15 minutes, I've registered a company. A few days later, I'll get my certificates of incorporation and all of that kind of thing. It's not difficult at all to start a company. And side note, by the way, those of you that have been looking on the UK Companies House for Purikasa Limited and trying to discredit me based on that, nice try. My company's Swiss. Try looking on a Swiss register next time, eh? Then come back again, smart ass. So look, if it's so easy to register a company, then why are we not all rejoicing in how easy it is to get started and then assuming that we're going to make loads of money from a new company within days or weeks? Well, the answer's easy. Because we all know that starting a company does not mean building a business. We know that building a business that's going to make money is tough. And we all know that the majority of people that start a business will end up failing. The internet has just made things much more accessible. It's so much easier to get the things you want. But just because something is easily accessible, that doesn't mean you should just jump in without a plan and expect things like that. Just because I can go on my phone and order a cab in minutes from Uber doesn't mean I'm just going to get a driver to come along and jump into his cab without a destination. So why do people keep doing this with trading? Yes, it's accessible. But just because it's accessible doesn't mean it's easy. And if you keep making that assumption, then you will keep losing. The majority of traders do lose. That's a fact. And if that fact scares you, then either you need to realign your perception or just give up on your dreams of being a trader. Just because something is easy to access does not mean it's going to be easy to succeed at. It won't be. It takes work. So tell me something. How much do you want it? How much do you want to be a success at trading? And before you answer that, let me tell you one thing, a very important thing, is that actions speak much, much louder than words. I get so many emails, so many messages, so many comments from people saying like, I'm gonna be a professional trader this year, I'm gonna be a millionaire student of yours, I'm gonna make this much money. Cool, okay then we'll stop talking about it and put in the actions and show me that you're actually going to make that happen. I mean, talking about the short term, I do always say that with our course, if you study and you're conservative and you're a fast learner, then within a month you could be making some money in the markets. But is it going to be life-changing money? No. That takes a lot more work, a lot more focus, a lot more discipline, a lot more practice. There are no shortcuts for that. You have to put in the time and the effort. So yes, you can make some money in the short term, but are you going to change your life and be a professional trader? No, absolutely not. I mean, just ask one of our course members that are there on the forum posting their analysis and really working at it. I'm sure at some point, every single one of those has struggled at one point or another. They've struggled. And they've probably had a reality check at some point that there's no shortcuts. These things are going to take time, you've got to put in the work, and you've got to be committed. Because when things get tough, if that's when you're going to give up, you're never going to make it. And not just in trading, but in anything that's important. If you want to excel above other people, if you're not willing to go through the tough parts and you're not willing to put in the work and you're looking for a shortcut and you're thinking, okay, how many weeks or months is it going to take me till I start making this much money? If that's your mindset, you won't make it at anything. And believe me, champ, that's not a negative thing. I'm being positive for you because this is the reality. And I want you to succeed. If I didn't want you to succeed, then why am I doing all these videos? Why do I even have the lessons in the first place to try and help you to learn how to trade? I want you to succeed, but I want you to manage your expectations, to have that reality check and to take things in your stride and not be looking for shortcuts and not be saying to me, Nick, what can I do to fast track to being able to be a professional trader? No, that's not how it works. regardless of how you learn, these things are going to take time. Yes, there's preferable ways of learning in person as opposed to learning online. Of course, that's preferable, but you still have to put in the work. That's not a magic pill that you can just take and instantly you're going to make money as a trader. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. It took me years to learn, years, and I put in the work. So let me ask you again, how much do you want it? How much do you want to be a successful trader? Are you willing to make sacrifices? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to get there? Because let me tell you, I have had to make sacrifices, plenty of big sacrifices. And that's why I can stand here in front of you now, hand on heart, and say that I am a great trader. But I didn't look for shortcuts. I didn't try and learn in the space of weeks. I worked bloody hard. I mean, what are you going to be doing this weekend? How many hours will you be spending working on your craft, polishing up your trading abilities, learning about things, spending time in the charts and really trying to get better? How many hours will you spend doing that as opposed to the other fun things that you can do this weekend? Probably not enough. Let me tell you, I've already made it when it comes to trading, at least in the eyes of many of you and what you're trying to achieve. Many of the goals you're trying to achieve, I've already done those. And yet I guarantee to you that this weekend, probably more than any of you, I'll put in more hours with my trading. More than most of you, let's say 95% or above, I'll put in the hours. Why? If I don't need to do that, why am I going to do that? It's because I'm fully committed. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve my goals. I've achieved the goals that a lot of you are setting with trading, and yet I'm moving on to the next one and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Putting in hours at the weekend is the least you can do, okay? You've got to put in the time, you've got to put in the graft. No one's gonna do it for you. No magic pill, no magic course. Not my course, not anyone else's course is gonna do that for you if you're not willing to put in the hours for yourself and be realistic. So if you can say the same as me, that you're willing to do whatever it takes and put in the hours this weekend, then fantastic, let's get to work. If you're not willing to put in the hours, then give up trading, go and find some Herbalife products to sell or something like that, because you're not gonna make it. Just because it's accessible does not mean it's going to be easy, okay? Stop insulting the industry by thinking that you're gonna be at the top of your game in weeks or months, okay? Let's have a reality check and let's get to work. Take care.